and welcome. I'm Steve from Retirement CFO, and thanks for visiting the Retirement CFO channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about private pension plans and the importance of how they fit into a comprehensive retirement plan. But before I get into our topic, don't forget to click the links below to subscribe to our channel and to be notified when I post new content, also to visit our website and attend one of my master classes where you can get behind the scenes of my planning practice. So let me tell you what I'm going to be covering today so that if this is not what you're interested in, I'm going to save you a half an hour of your time. As you know, time is our most valuable asset, and I never want to waste anybody's. So I'm going to be covering what is a private pension. I'm going to talk about how they promote happiness and health in retirement, what defined benefit pension plans are in America, the 3 types of private pension plans, and then I have some special gifts for those who stick with me until the end. So for a very quick overview on me, my name is Steve Kuna. I am the founder and managing partner of Retirement CFO. I'm an author, speaker, and economist. I'm host of the Retirement CFO channel on YouTube. I'm currently writing 2 books on financial-related topics. I've been voted a top 100 retirement plan advisor 7 years running by the Plan Advisor magazine and the Financial Times. I've been featured on Wall Street Today, which was seen on numerous news channels. Quoted in numerous industry publications. I was a former director of retirement plan services at New England Financial, MetLife, and MassMutual, senior manager of a 120-year-old financial firm based out of Boston. I was a top producing inner circle advisor. I did 13 years as a U.S. Army Reserve officer in the infantry, was a Ranger School graduate, attended the University of Massachusetts, got a bachelor's in economics. I reside in New Hampshire, married 11 years. I have 2 children and 2 dogs. That's enough about me. Let us get started. So my ask for you today. I've helped hundreds of clients successfully take command of their financial future, and that's what I want to help you do today. Now, I'd ask that you don't multitask, because I'm going to focus on you and this topic entirely, and I encourage you to do the same. I'll be moving very quickly, and I won't apologize for that, but I'm going to give you lots of things to think about, and as they say, you can take the best and leave the rest. Just make a list of questions, and at the end, I'll tell you how I can get you all the answers that you need. And if you stay with me until the end, I'm going to have a few special gifts that will definitely be worth your while. Now, before I get into our topic today of private pension plans, let's first talk about traditional pension plans in the marketplace. Now, most people are familiar with traditional pension plans, but if you're not, these are the kind of plans that were really put in place by large employers and municipalities, and they started off in the early 1900s. They were funded with employer contributions over the working years of an employee, so that finally when the employee were to retire, they'd receive an income payment, a pension payment for the remainder of their life. The pension payment was based on a formula that factored in the amount of time that the employee worked at the company, what their earnings were, and some interest rate factors. And that's what is known as a traditional defined benefit pension plan. Now, according to recent studies done by the Wall Street Journal, less than 30% of today's retirees receive income from what's known as a traditional pension plan. This number has been declining every year for the last 20 years and will likely continue to do so. However, our research also found that in the same study that retirees with a guaranteed income source like a defined benefit pension plan were happier and lived longer lives than those who did not. So you may ask yourself, well, why? Well, first of all, they worried less about running out of money in retirement. And because of that, they were happier and they lived a longer life. So the bottom line is if you don't have a pension, let's get you one. How long will you live? Well, this is a question that's virtually impossible to answer. But many retirees are surprised by the current statistics provided by insurance company mortality tables. As you can see on the chart here, a 65-year-old married couple has a 50% probability that at least one partner will live beyond 91 years of age. Retirements lasting 20, 30, even 40 years are becoming commonplace, and these longer time spans must be considered when planning for income. Private pension plans come in 3 different varieties or flavors. But what they all have in common is that they provide a guaranteed retirement income that can last for your lifetime. Now, the first type is called a fixed or an immediate annuity. The second is in the form of index annuities. And the third is a variable annuity, but with a guaranteed income rider. I'm going to cover each of these and help you compare and contrast the pros and cons of each of these offerings so you can decide what might be the best fit for you. Now, there are basic features that are common to all of these different private pension plans. And first of all, these accounts do grow on a tax-deferred basis. The taxable portion of income is taxed as ordinary income when it's received for retirement. These accounts can be funded with regular money, for example, cash, or qualified money such as an IRA. They are actually a contract with an insurance company. The income can be received through systematic withdrawals or by annuitizing, or what I call pensionizing, your balance. Annuitization options include a single life payment, a joint life payment, or various period certain options. For single or joint life payments, you'll receive that income for life. If you fund the account with regular money or non-IRA money, and you annuitize the contract, a portion of each monthly income payment will be tax-free based on what's known as an exclusion ratio. And I'll explain that in a moment. So again, exclusion ratios come into play when you fund your account with what we call regular money, non-IRA money, and you annuitize the contract, or you convert the lump sum amount of money into an income payment. A portion of each of those monthly income payments will include your original after-tax principal and also earnings. The portion of the payment representing your principal will be received tax-free because this was after-tax money in the first place, and this is known as the exclusion ratio. So an example here would be that if you invested $100,000 into one of these products, and over time, based on the growth of the account grows to $200,000 years later. This $200,000 balance represents $100,000 of your original principal invested plus $100,000 of tax-deferred earnings. If you were to then annuitize this $200,000 account balance at, say, age 65, and you elected to have a single life monthly income payment, meaning that you would continue to receive a certain amount of money for the remainder of your life, no matter how long you live, that monthly payment, based on today's rates, would be approximately $920. Now, the exact payment will vary between different insurance companies based on their ratings, based on their interest factors, but this gives you a rough estimate of what that number would look like. So a $920 check would be received. However, out of that $920, $416 of that is non-taxable, because a portion of that income you're receiving is actually a return of your original investment. The remaining balance of $504 will be taxable. So at the end of the year, you'll receive a 1099 from the insurance company indicating the amount of income you received, and it would tell you that a portion of that income was tax-free income. You'll obviously pay taxes accordingly based on those numbers. Now, our first private pension product can be in the form of a deferred or an immediate fixed annuity. Now, when you compare those to the other options that are out there, it's lowest on the risk scale. And it's really typically preferred by low-risk investors, the kind of folks that prefer to keep their money in the bank and CDs and so on, and they're not comfortable having exposure to the stock market. It provides guaranteed principal with guaranteed single-digit returns. The crediting rates, or the interest rate paid on the account, is set each year by the underlying insurance company based on the overall interest rate environment. Deferred annuities grow tax-deferred. A taxable portion of income is taxed as ordinary income, as I indicated in the previous slide. Some contracts allow only a single deposit, but others allow additional systematic contributions over time. An immediate annuity are funded one time and begin generating income payments within 30 days. Income options typically include, as I stated earlier, single life payments, a joint life payment, and then there's various period certain options where you could say, I want to receive the money for my lifetime or 10 years, or my lifetime or 20 years, whichever lasts longer. There are a number of different options that are available. The next private pension product solution is called a fixed index annuity. This would be considered medium on a risk scale, and it's for the investor looking for returns potentially higher than fixed rates. Accounts grow tax deferred, and the taxable portion of any income is taxed as ordinary income. The insurance company credits the account based on a formula that's tied to a stock market index with a cap that is higher than fixed rates. Your dollars are not actually invested in the underlying index. Guaranteed principal means there are no account losses even if the index declines. So here's an example of a fixed index annuity that's tied to the S&P 500. And the assumption is that $100,000 it invested back in 1999. And you can see the blue line represents the actual underlying performance of the S&P 500. And you can see from 1999 to 2002, during the tech bubble, as they called it, the S&P 500 declined over those 3 years 23.36%. Alternatively, though, you'll see that the index annuity, because you do not take part in the losses in the index, your value stayed the same. And you can see those small padlocks indicating there was no loss. But then you can see the market start to increase in 2002, and you'll see the yellow line increasing. For each of those years, the S&P 500 was up. The account was credited with interest. Now, this particular product happened to have a 4% cap, meaning that you would receive a percentage of what the S&P 500 does dollar for dollar up to 4%. So you'll see over the number of years when there was a sizable drop during the 2008 credit bubble, you can see that the account once again was locked and didn't decline in value, yet at the same time the stock market went down 39%. If you ran out this scenario for a number of years, you would see that you've essentially had flat or positive returns every single year over time. Though the overall performance of the index product was lower than the S&P 500 over that full period of time, you avoided all of the volatility and any of the losses along the way. A nice smooth ride moving up and to the right. The third product that we can use to fund a private pension plan is known as a variable annuity with income riders. It would be highest on the risk scale of the three options we're discussing today, and it's typically preferred by investors that are comfortable with stocks, bonds, and mutual fund investing. It can have combined benefits of the upside growth of a 401k plan, but with the income guarantees of a traditional pension plan. The account growth is determined by the performance of the underlying selected sub-accounts, which are similar to mutual funds. Guaranteed income or withdrawal riders can be added at an additional cost that allows the owner to lock in market gains that can increase an income base. The income base is recalculated each year based on the greater of a potential bonus rate or the sub-account performance over a period of time. Guaranteed retirement income is available with systematic withdrawals, which can increase over time based on the sub-account growth, which creates an inflation hedge for the retirement income. Now, this graph is going to show the benefits of the bonus structure versus the sub-accounts that are available inside of a variable annuity. Let's assume that we're age 65, we put in an initial investment, and if there's a down or a flat market, you could receive a bonus or what's called a roll-up in the years that you don't take a withdrawal from the account. So you can see how in the first little green part of the chart, there's a jump up. That's the step up of the income base. And then it levels out from there. The following year comes along, and based on investment performance, when your contract does well, you can lock in the investment gains with what's called a step up. So if the investment gains are greater than the bonus that the product provides, you'll receive the greater of that number. As your protected balance steps up, your bonus roll-up amount can also grow. The idea is that down the line, you can see to the right where our arrow points to the income base. The income base with this product, because it's part of the guarantee rider, it doesn't decline in value, even though between ages 69 and 70, you can see there was a big drop in the account value due to market performance. So you have an account value that's below an income base. This product will now allow you to start taking a retirement income stream that's guaranteed for life, not based on the account value, but actually based on the much higher income base. Over time, after you start drawing income, if the underlying sub-accounts continue to perform well, they can actually provide you with additional step-ups in the future, which can increase your retirement income and provide a very nice inflation hedge to your retirement income strategy. So here's the million-dollar question. So which one is right for you? Listen, folks, I don't expect after watching a presentation like this for 15 minutes, you're going to know the exact fit that's best for you. And that's why when we work with our clients, we help them make those kinds of decisions. We feel strongly that it's important to have some guaranteed stream of income throughout retirement in addition to Social Security. And if you have a pension plan available through your employer, good for you. But if you're like most people, more than 70 to 75% of retirees, you're going to have to go it alone and create your own private pension plan. We can help you determine which is the best fit based on your situation, but we also have to look at maybe a combination. Sometimes we'll use more than one solution to combine together to get the objectives that we need accomplished. So I made you a promise at the beginning that I had a special bonus for you. I have a free retirement wisdom white paper titled Retire Smart. It's only a 10-page report, but it is packed with great information and no industry jargon. All you need to do is send an email to my address on the screen and write Retire Smart in the subject line, and we'll get this report right out to you. I hope you find it valuable. I hope our discussion today has helped you understand how a private pension plan can be an integral part of your retirement income strategy and can actually help you enjoy a happier and healthier retirement. So with that, I hope you don't mind me making you an offer. I normally charge a $250 planning session fee for an initial consultation, but as a result of attending this presentation, I'm offering you a no-cost virtual planning session for us to discuss your retirement income plan. Now, during this virtual meeting, we can get acquainted and I can answer all of your questions about this strategy and see how it might fit into your overall plan. And then we can determine together what services are right for you and whether they should include a private pension. I really hope you take me up on this offer because information without any action doesn't provide any benefit. So I hope I get a chance to speak to you soon. So to schedule your free planning session, find the link below this video that says Schedule a Discovery Call. And also don't forget to use the other links below to subscribe to this channel, visit my website, check out our other videos, and register for one of my master classes. So thanks again for visiting the Retirement CFO channel. This is Steve, signing off.